This is a fantastic off-meta team to run on Great League Remix. Today's team composition is all about Shadow Charizard and Shadow Skuntank, while our main MVP will remain Jellicent. This Pokemon is super neutral against the entire meta of Great League Remix, has minimal weaknesses, and of course I believe that we got a lot of firepower because of Blast Burn, something like a Shadow Crunch, Shadow Trailblaze, our Poison Jabs, or even go for the Shadow Balls from our Jelly. So here comes now a move from that Kofagrigus to kick off the video, and of course we're gonna go down. I believe that we can have the ultimate sweeping scenario with at least a shield over 0 on our opponents, and over here we can easily wall down Poliwrath completely. This is why I enjoy using Pokemon like Jellicent. Not only they can be in a very tough position, my opponents, I mean against my Jelly, but also we can charge up so much energy in no time at all with our hexes. Down they go here to the Shadow Ball, one more hex to farm up a little bit extra, and now Registeel is their final Pokemon. The Metal Trascan is a big threat to the entire Great League Remix, but as long as we got the shield we can easily destroy them down. My opponent here was definitely counting on my Shadow Balls, so they're kinda obliged to go for the move before I go to mine, and now we got the return of Skuntank. Of course here perhaps a flamethrower could be much more helpful, but as long as we can get to that one shield for the end game, I believe we can easily finish off Registeel. And here is why you need to protect your Skuntank from all of those nukes, and in the process Skuntank will definitely destroy down in return whatever you need to. So down they go to the crunch, and that's gonna be a fantastic ending to the first battle. Into the next one, trainers, I was about to say the final one. Come on Ganeto, this is only the second battle and we're having Ninetales up in front. You might be wondering, Ganeto, this is a nice type, this is a fairy type, or both of these typings are gonna struggle against fire, but think again, we are extremely glassy here on Great League with our Shadow Charizard, and we definitely need to bait with a Dragonclaw. If they do not fall for the bait, this is gonna be a terrible matchup for us. Hopefully though they take the move on the second try, and now we might be in a pickle with 0 shields, but still we can apply so much pressure to the Shadow Quagsire because they're definitely not gonna expect our amazing Shadow Blast Burn. Then we go to the Mud Bomb. That was crucial information, which means that they have no Aqua Tail at all, and I'm not gonna bring Skuntank at all into the battle against Quagsire, and in the process we can easily farm down. Poliwrath remains at the very end, and as long as they see that they have a Jellicent up against them, even with the shield, they back out. Into the next battle now with a terrible lead against the Shadow Hypno. We need to get out of there, and unfortunately our main asset for that Hypno is going to be Skuntank. Hopefully though they have a Tentacle switching into the game. This is still pretty great for us, we can always count on that, and now we can have access to the Shadow Ball to do even more damage on the Tentai Pokemon. So Tentai with the Scald, we can easily survive this, while we can also get to another Shadow Ball. This time they are gonna go down, Hypno returns into the game, and before we go down we get the chance to snipe a shield out of theirs. So that was pretty crucial because not only we didn't have a Shadow Ball at all, we get to the surf, get the shield. That was pretty nice, you definitely need to count. So here comes now Skuntank into the game. We're just gonna reach now to the crunch to deal so much damage on the CMP, and I'm pretty sure that we need to let our Skuntank go down. This means now that Charizard can easily join the party, get to the Dragonclaw as soon as possible we get there, and of course they're gonna take the move. They want to rely completely on Hypno for the very end game, so the leaders return on the closing part. Let's see if we can get here to the double Dragonclaw. We need one more wing attack, so I'm just gonna go for the Great because they're getting already super low, and guess what trainers, we can get to the move. Down they go with Hypno, and that is gonna be a fantastic one for this video. Into the next battle now with another bad lead. Those shadow poison jabs are gonna hurt us a ton, and as you can see under shielding they are already putting off the work. I'm just gonna go here for the Dragon Claw, for the bait, but my opponent is definitely not gonna fall for that. So down we go to the move, but instead of Dark Pulse they throw Acid Spray. This is great news for us because now we can still reach to the Dragon Claw once again for a little bit of extra damage, about 50% on the Shadow Sableye. So I'm just gonna block whatever they throw. It ends up being the Power Gem, and in the process I realize here that Trailblaze might actually be the ultimate option for us. Down they go. Now I'm expecting their final Pokemon, but they return with Mach. This means that they might be extremely weak to our Skuntank, and I'm expecting here the Acid Spray, so I'm not gonna block anything. So here comes now the crunch over that whatever it is the Giratina, oh my goodness, and we managed to get to a double crunch to get both of them shields out of play. Now it's all up to our real closer, and that is Jellicent on this match. So instead of blocking here, I decide to take the move because I realize that their win condition might actually be to go first for the bait and then for the Shadow Ball. They're gonna get to the exact amount of energy to do this, so here comes now my Shadow Ball after we block Ominous Wind to guarantee the knockout over a very skillful trainer. Into the next one now with another terrible lead. I'm telling you, I was having quite a hard time with Charizard up in front, but still we managed to pull through. So overall I lost a lot of matches with very good leads, but I'm not gonna showcase the good leads anyways, so that's why I'm gonna skip them, and I was lagging a lot sometimes. I was about to get to my wing attack and it was like throwing an Incinerate or a Confusion, so my 2-turn move was turning into a 4-turn or 5-turn move. I don't know what is happening lately, but Go Battle League is super laggy for me, so I definitely got these battles out of the way. I hope you understand, and now we're gonna see that we're gonna return to the commentary with a very good battle against that Mountain. Not only we got 2 shields out of play, we catch the Water Pulse on our Charizard. Dragonair returns into the match, so let's see now what they might be having at the very end. With Dragonair here, I decide to go for the crunch, but they get to their move much faster. This gets me some time with the refund. Down they go now with my Poison Jab, and now let's see what lies at the very end. I'm gonna get my hands on the crunch immediately here, whatever that Pokemon might be. It ends up being a Quagsire, and if we had Flamethrower here we would definitely lose, but instead we get to the Trailblaze and guarantee the victory over the Mad Boy. Charizard against the world, and right now we're gonna have another terrible lead for us. Obviously straight IRLAs they can still beat us down, so I decide to block the first move because I want to see how this is gonna go. And with Charizard most of the times even the water types are not gonna be safe, especially when you got some shields up. So here comes now a second shield. This is absolutely controversial. You can always avoid this because we could survive it, and my plan here is to get out of this battle at some point because Jellicent might actually be able to tank at least a move. So here it is, trainers, we managed to catch the RLAs, and in the process we're gonna face a Serperior on the switch. Grass types are definitely something that we need to avoid with Jellicent, and that's why the other 2 Pokemon can protect your Jelly on that element. So here is another synergy point for you. So anyways, we managed to go down here, but Skuntank will actually be on a very good spot to completely farm down and survive the following moves. Down goes now Serperior. Let's see what their third Pokemon might be. They return to the battle with Gligar, which is not a great Pokemon to see, especially when we got Poison Jab, which is resisted, but hopefully we can get the debuff on their end. Perhaps now a double Dragon Claw might seal the deal here, but we are already too low. I'm getting here to the move, however it looks like a CMP, so after we get the Dragon Claw they block and still reach to the charge attack, so down we go. We got severely hard countered here because we got Charizard with Mountain, we got Jellicent with Serperior, and of course Skuntank with a Gligar. Yeah, that was not looking that great. Anyways, another bad lead in the next one, and we're getting a Typhlosion matchup. This one, this season, with Thunder Punch can finish off our Charizard, so we need to be extra careful on that element. So, more Incinerates coming off, I decide to spend both of my shields pretty early on this one. I cannot switch out on my Jellicent, anyways they're gonna go for the Thunder Punch, so it is not like a great catch or anything. So down they go at some point. This is still looking pretty promising for us, because we can get here the final shield out of play and still switch out on our Jellicent. Not only we can survive even a Shadow Dazzling, but also we still have a Skuntank at the back for that weird looking Ninetales from the Alola region. Now with Hitmontop coming into the game, we got a lot of energy to offer one Shadow Ball, one Surf to finish them off before they even reach to a charge attack, and now we're just gonna force them to throw the remaining energy that they have. Look at that, trainers, absolutely awesome. Skuntank now comes into the game and we're just gonna farm down our way to victory. Into the next battle now, everyone, with a Glotchar up in front. This Pokemon with Stone Edge is a severe threat to us. We definitely need to avoid this one, but in the process I'm just gonna get my hands on those Blast Bursts and see how it goes. My opponent here will definitely not appreciate the damage, but they have to risk it because of how bulky they can be. They also realize that we're getting to the Dragon Claw, so they need to switch out at some point, and with Sableye coming into the game, we managed to go for a pair of Dragon Claws once again. Let's see if we can get another shield out of play. This is super good for us, and now Charizard can finally rest. I decide to go into the battle here with Skuntank because even though we have the shield, I realize that Shadow Claw is so much to handle with our Jellicent, and down they go in the process. Now it all depends once again on their final Pokemon, and they got a Goal Breaker for our backline. That is Mandibuzz. They can survive our moves, everything we throw on charge attacks is gonna be resisted, while Surf might actually do a little bit of extra damage, but in reality I'm relying a lot on my Skuntank here and the Poison Jabs to do the extra amount of work. So we can easily survive here the Earthquake, no biggie at all. They know that they stand no chance at this point, so they back out, and I really salute them for that. No more time spent on this already lost battle for my opponent. Into the next one now, trainers, with a Jellicent up in front, one of the worst leads that you can get, especially with Surf, able to outspeed you to those Blast Burns, and even the Blast Burn will not be enough to finish off Jellicent. Once again I get to the risky switch on my own Jellicent, but I was pretty sure they were gonna throw anyways because I was getting super close to the Dragon Claw. That's how I decide to switch out and of course catch the move successfully. Now with the Shadow Ball we can easily snipe down this Dragon Claw, Dragon Claw. Come on, Ganeto, you're losing your mind. And of course they go down because they were expecting the bait, as it seems. Now Typhlosion joins the party, but before we faint, we got access to Surf. So at this point they're gonna spend the shield. I was hoping that I can survive, but this is not the case at all, and before they reach here to the Thunder Punch, I decide to let my Dragon Claw go off, and of course on the shield. So now that they are shieldless, perhaps my Skuntank can have the upper hand with those Poison Jabs. Let's see how this is gonna turn up, because we managed to go for the call. They get to the Thunder Punch, and this is super good for us because now we can get to the Trailblaze, vamp up our attack stat, and guess what, they also get to the move. But at the same time I didn't even see that I have 1 HP remaining, so down we go to that charge attack. That was so underwhelming. So yeah, that was pretty fun, entertaining, but yeah, it is what it is. I hope that my opponent didn't just randomly throw and they thought about this, because that was a big brain time for my opponent. Anyways, now into the final one, as we're meeting up with a Swampert on the switch. Jellicent here will most likely be able to tank those Earthquakes with success, while we can always land those Shadow Balls for a lot of damage. At the same time, they need to get to a move here, so it's all good because we can farm up a little bit, at least one wing attack out of this Swampert. So I'm just gonna return here with my Charizard, right? Yeah, Charizard coming into the game. We have already a Dragonclaw ready to go. My opponent doesn't want to spend a shield for Ninetales, so over here now I'm just gonna go for those Dragonclaws. And before they get to that Icy Wind, actually when they get to the move on the CMP, I decide to unleash the power of my Dragonclaw. Right now they have 0 shields while I have 1, and also the power of Skuntank and the poison jumping on my side. So whatever they do here, we can easily annihilate them down with a simple Trailblaze. So look at that, absolutely awesome. Skuntank for the win. That is gonna be some amazing content for today, trainers. Thank you for watching and for sticking around till the end. It really means a lot for my channel. Before you go, leave a huge like, subscribe to my content, and I hope to see you all into the next one.